Imagine a room filled with 186 individuals. Now picture 153 of them standing up to demand peace in a war-torn region. This isn't your average board meeting, it's the United Nations General Assembly. Recently, this assembly voted overwhelmingly in favor of a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. A staggering 153 nations stood up for peace, while only 10 opposed. It's worth noting that 23 nations chose to stand on the sidelines, abstaining from the vote altogether. This vote indicates a significant shift in sentiment, leaving the United States and Israel increasingly isolated in their campaign against Hamas. The world is watching and waiting to see how this geopolitical chess game will play out. A shift in sentiment, a call for peace and a plea for understanding. The world watches as the dice roll on the geopolitical chessboard. Now, let's dive into the minds of the key figures steering this ship. What do they have to say about the current situation? On one hand, we have President Joe Biden, a seasoned veteran in the political arena. He's been urging Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to support a two-state solution with the Palestinians. In a recent Democratic fundraiser, Biden expressed his concern about the right-wing government's actions. He pointed out that the sometimes indiscriminate bombing by Israel had undermined international support for the military campaign against Hamas. His words echo the sentiment of a vast majority of nations who voted in favor of a ceasefire at the UN General Assembly. Then, on the other hand, we have Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. His government's rationale for the military campaign against Hamas is rooted in the protection of Israeli sovereignty and citizen safety. Netanyahu's stance is clear. Israel will not back down until the threat of Hamas is neutralized. However, this approach has been met with international criticism, leading to a shift in sentiment that has left Israel and the US increasingly isolated. It's a delicate balance of power, with each leader navigating the turbulent waters of international politics. Biden, with his push for a two-state solution, seeks a peaceful resolution that recognizes the rights of both Israelis and Palestinians. Netanyahu, however, stands firm in his resolve to protect Israeli citizens, even if it means facing international backlash. These are the voices at the helm, the power players in this unfolding drama. Their words, their actions, and their decisions are not just influencing the course of events in the Gaza Strip, but are echoing across the globe, shaping the narrative and dictating the pace of international response. The stage is set, the lines have been drawn, each leader has their strategy, their vision, and their stake in the outcome. As we observe from the sideline, one question remains: what can we as global citizens do about it? The answer lies in the power of information. The world we live in is increasingly interconnected, with events in one part of the globe having ripple effects on the other. As such, staying informed about the situation in the Gaza Strip isn't just about knowing what's happening on the other side of the world. It's about understanding how these events can impact us, our communities, and our world at large. But staying informed isn't just about consuming news. It's about understanding different perspectives, about engaging in insightful discussions, about questioning the status quo. It's about recognizing that every story has multiple sides and that understanding these different viewpoints can enrich our own perspective. There are several resources that you can follow to stay updated about the situation. Reputable news outlets, social media platforms, podcasts, and documentaries can all provide valuable insights. But remember, it's equally important to critically examine the information you consume. As we navigate through these challenging times, it's essential to remember the power of dialogue. Engage in conversations, whether they're with friends, family, or online communities. Share your thoughts, listen to others, foster a culture of understanding and empathy. And finally, let's not underestimate the power of collective action. Whether it's by raising awareness, supporting humanitarian aid, or advocating for peaceful solutions, every action counts. Remember, the power of information lies in its use. It's not just about knowing, it's about understanding, about discussing, about acting. So stay informed, engage in conversation, and let your voice be heard in the chorus of global discourse. We might be observing from the sidelines, but we can still play a part in shaping the narrative. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, we can help turn the tide towards a more peaceful future. Remember, the power of information lies in its use. Stay informed, engage in conversation, and let your voice be heard in the chorus of global discourse.